Alright, today I'll be installing a new remote start on a 2016 Toyota Tundra. Make sure you find the right kit for it. I'm a StartX Tundra 2010-17 and it's a G-key. So make sure, right there, there's a G on there. Make sure there's a capital G. That means it's the right kit. I'll go ahead and pause the video and show you how to start this process. Okay, first you're going to come down here to the panel and pull it up. Go all the way through. I'm going to do that and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's just a bunch of little clips, so you just pull it with your hand, give it a little bit of force. Next thing you're going to do is there is a little twist right here, a little screw. There's no tension on it, just take that off. And then you're going to pull this panel off with your hands. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like. Okay, pulled that off. Exposing the wires right there. Next thing we're going to do is move to the side panel right here. We're going to remove that. This kit does come with one of these nice little pries. If I can get in there and pry it with one hand. Just like that. It'll expose a 10mm bolt right there. And then there's one right up there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those and I'll show you what to do after that. Alright, once you remove the 10mm bolts, take your hand or the little pry kit, come in here. Don't do it too hard, but just enough. Pull that down. Come to the other side. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. I might have to pause the video. There we go. See if I can swing this down. I'm going to pull this down and show you what it looks like. You can leave it hanging. Oh, there's a couple clips in there, so I'm going to get to them real fast. I'll show you what I did. Okay, so these three little clips right there are up right there. So leave this, just pull this down. And this part right here, you can just let sit. You don't have to remove the whole thing. All right, and then we're going to move to the steering wheel. I'm going to show you what to do from there. All right. So, put your key in there like that so you can turn the steering wheel freely. Exposing a screw right there. Another screw right there. There are both Phillips. So go ahead and take those out. Let the steering wheel sit after that, and I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, screws are out. Go ahead and turn the vehicle off. Do that for a while. Right here is probably the best spot. If you can get underneath there with that wedge, we're going to pull this assembly down and expose the wires. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. And pause the video real quick because I need both hands for it. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what the assembly looks like. Now you've exposed all the wires underneath. So next thing we'll be doing is unplugging this right here. I don't know if I can get in there to an angle, but right here, my thumb's at, you can pinch that and pull the wire down. So might have to do two hands with this, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it and show you what it looks like. Okay. Let's see if I can get this out here real fast so you can see the whole thing. There's your male plug. That one's going to go right in here where we just removed this. So you're going to plug this one in first. And then you're going to plug this side into here. you're gonna run this part under the dash over by the emergency brake, and it comes with a ground right here, and I'll show you where the best spot for that goes here in a second. I'm gonna plug those two in and just show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's plugged into the original one. That's plugged in here. We'll zip tie this later, and the kit comes with zip ties. We'll tuck that back in there. We're gonna run this right here down and through here. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a sec. But first, this ground wire right here is going to come over to this 10mm bolt. So we're gonna remove that, put this in between here just like that, and then tighten that up and clean it up. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's on there right there. This is the plug that ran down from here. We're gonna save that for a bit because we're gonna remove this top one and the very bottom one, if I can get around there, here in just a minute. I'll show you what it looks like. But for now, we're just gonna move everything over there, and I'll clean this up in a bit and show you what it looks like. All right, so next step, we have a spider web of wires right here. These two right here are gonna feed through the dash underneath to the passenger side. This web of wires are gonna get plugged down in here, and I'll show you where they're at. I just want you to know that this stays on the passenger side, or the driver's side, excuse me, driver's side. And these get fed over underneath, well, behind the dash, underneath to the passenger side. So I'm gonna show you kind of how I'm gonna do it. If it works for you guys, then good. If it doesn't, then you guys can figure out something that works for you. So stay tuned. All right, I fed the wires through there. I'm gonna feed them behind with the rest of this so it's up and out of the way of the steering wheel. They're down there right now. These wires are up here. What you wanna do is this top one to the right, pull that out right there, and then the bottom one right there. If I can get my finger in there and release the tab, there we go, like that. Stay tuned, I'll show you what to do after that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take this little T right here of wires. There's your female, there's your male. So I'm gonna feed this back through here around this side so it's back in here. I'm gonna plug that in, and then I'm gonna take this one, which is this one right here, same thing, tuck it underneath so everything's away from this, behind here, and plug them back in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's plugged back in right there. My camera will focus, and then it's plugged in right here, plugged in up right there to that one. Next thing you're going to do is take your OBD2 ports. You're going to come down here to the bottom, if I can get in there with my camera, right there. There's a pinch tab on the side, so you're just going to take like a flathead screwdriver and gently pinch the sides and pull this out backwards. You're going to plug that male connector into the female connector, and you're going to plug this one back in to replace the OBD2, and after that you should have just these plus this one remaining, and that'll be for the box. I'll show you where that goes to here in a minute. Okay, so I plug that back in, run the wire back down here, and put the new connector right there. So just slapped it right back into place. When you're doing this, when it's time to clean up, make sure all your wire is clear of your steering wheel and your emergency brake. Everything's just clean and tucked up in there. It's gonna be kind of a rat's nest, but you guys can do it. All right, I'm gonna pause the video and show you how to feed this over to the passenger side. Okay, I just took a piece of wire, ran it from the passenger side over to the driver's side, just crudely taped it up. I'm gonna gently pull on the other side and pull these through. So I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I just pulled it to the passenger side using that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and show you what to do next. Okay, next come down here and you're gonna take your pry tool and start over here. And I already popped these off just so I could show you what it looks like, but there's a tab right there and way up underneath there. So you gotta kind of pull and put the pry tool in there and push on these. And you have this up in here, and then you have one more back down there, which would be right here. So pull this out, which should expose up underneath here. I don't know if I can get a light. I'm gonna try to get a light up in here and show you what wire we're after. It's right next to this airbag wire. Let's see if I can get a light or something in there to show you which clips we're gonna pull off. So stay tuned. Okay, well I tried my best to get some light under here, but this gray box right here is where I unplugged this from. Right up in there. I don't know if my finger's in the way or that wire's in the way. You can see that little part of white right there. That's where you unplug it from. So it's just a pinch and pop, and then you plug the female or the male into the female, and then the male back into the original spot. And you just tuck all this wiring up, and then we'll move back over to the driver's side and I'll show you what to do. All right, take your module. There's a button right here, it's a black button, and your white plug. You're gonna hold this down first and then plug this in. Get it nice and snug. Your lights are gonna keep blinking. When they hit blue and red, let go. You can see the blue and the red right there. Okay, so next you're gonna take your other white plug and plug it in the back. Right there. You're gonna take your white plug and plug it into the front right there. Red plug to the red. Just like that. Now, the instructions say to press and release the programming button twice, and the red and blue lights should flash. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2. They just flashed. So I'm gonna put the key to the on run position and wait for the red and blue LEDs to flash rapidly by the blue LED flashing rapidly. So blue LEDs flashing rapidly, turn the key off. That should be it. So I'm going to test it and let you guys know. I think the door has to be locked, so I'm going to pause it, walk to the outside of the vehicle, and let's see. Fingers crossed. All right, moment of truth. With your regular key fob, press the lock button 3 times. So all right, that's it, guys. Just be sure to clean up the mess afterwards, and hope this video helped.